So here we are at the Cape of Good Hope and the official start of our trip, because this is the southernmost point of Africa, the tip of Africa in fact. So we've come down here to make an official start. So behind me is Antarctica, and to the right of me over this way is Africa and Asia. So it's very exciting and it's a lovely spot. We've already seen some great animals, baboons and ostriches, so we're going to have a look around.
But it's amazing because that's going to stretch all the way to the Mediterranean Ocean and through Central Asia and onto the Himalayas, across India and China, down into Southeast Asia, and then right as far as you can go to the southern point of Singapore, which is the end of Asia, I guess, from the mainland. I don't know, I find being in places like this quite special.
I think we should talk about this. I think we've come to the...
Sorry, just trying to...
We've come to the vineyard. You
Yep.
said that maybe about 4 hours ago, but we never left, and we did the 5 free wines at the Grotte Constantia.
I think it's the Grotte.
Grotte Constantia.
I think it's
estate.
Constantia. It's the Grotte. I think it's the Grotte Constantia.
Quite bossy.
No.
Really.
No,
for the
no.
camera. I think
But hang on.
I think the audience will judge.
Hang on. So, let's just, you say it the way you say it, and I'll say it the way I say it, and we'll let the audience judge.
Okay, well, I would say it. Grotte Constantia. How would you say it?
Isn't that what I just said?
No.
Oh, you said the Grotte Constantia. Hang on, what? I said the Grotte Constantia.
I think you said.
No, well, we'll be able to replay and find out. Anyway, as you can tell, we're both a little bit drunk.
Well, it's very informative here in Cape Town because they've provided the tourists and locals with a shark board so that you can find out what sharks are in the local area. They're all here. They're all here. Tiger shark. That's not good. Great white sharks here. It's all pretty much swimming over there.
Right. Even the sand is freezing. It actually hurts.
It does hurt.
Oh, my ankles are actually hurting. That's really bad. No, there are people over there. They're obviously a lot harder than I am. No, that's really cold. That'll just be... Maybe one more time.
Go on.
Okay, that's it. Job done. Atlantic Ocean, ticked off the list. Morning, Emma.
Morning, Greg.
We've come down to the Cape Town International Bus Terminal. It's exciting times because this morning we're going to hop on a bus and travel to Windhoek, Namibia.
Yes.
It's going to be 22 hours, which is quite a long time. So yesterday, we started from the Cape of Good Hope and we drove up to Cape Town, and today we're moving on to Namibia, which is very exciting.
Yeah. So I think the bus is going to be pretty okay. They look like pretty good buses, so.
They do.
And they're asleep.
What time is it, do you think? About 10 o'clock at night. We've just crossed from South Africa into Namibia. We've done all the border processes. We've got our bags searched on the South African side. The Namibian side wasn't too bad though. So yeah, hopefully we're on schedule to get in at about 7:30 in the morning, and we'll get a good night's sleep. So we will talk again in the morning.
Arrived after a very long journey this morning in Windhoek in Namibia. So we're just unloading our bags at 7:25 in the morning and we're going to get to our hostel.
979, 979, 150.
So now we just need to find our way out of central Windhoek. Had a good look at the map yesterday. I'm reasonably confident I know where to go, which is always a danger sign. But yeah, we just need to basically find the B1 south. And we saw some signs for it yesterday, so it should be all good, he says. Scenery already is pretty amazing. So where are we off to next? Is it the C24 Navigator?
Yes, C24. We're looking for, I have done a route of the area. We've got to head down. So we're here, we need to head on the C24. I think that the signs will maybe, I'm not quite sure actually where the signs are going to be for, but that's sort of where we've got to head.
Okay, so we've turned onto this C24 and I thought it was going to be sealed. It's not sealed. It's actually gravel road. Which is not too bad, but the distance we've got to cover today on this road is actually quite a bit. So I was thinking that we were going to get to Cesarem pretty quick, but now I've realised, okay, not so quick. It seems pretty good. You just need to keep your speed to about 70 or 80 kilometres an hour maximum. And there's other cars coming this way, which are sedans as well, so I don't think we're doing anything too crazy. Nowhere. If we didn't have a map that said we were going somewhere, I'd swear we were driving to nowhere. I'm not sure if this vehicle is appropriate. Seems to be doing the job so far. We've gone through a few deep little creeks. Well, maybe not that deep, but deep for a car. Good. Just feel very isolated. Wow, that's amazing. Very beautiful. It's worth the effort. And we're the only ones here.
Yep.
How cool is that? All right, sun's come out. It's already starting to get very hot now. So we're just going to head back to the four-wheel drive pickup because we've probably been gone for about 90 minutes now. So we just need to head back before things get very hot here. Now I'm not sure what birds these are, but they are everywhere in the desert. We've been noticing them for the last few days. And they're very beautiful. Quite bolshy little birds really, aren't they? They don't mind coming up to you. They've got loads of character. There's some just down here on the ground as well. So we're leaving today. We're going to head up north to Ethiopia and then up to the Apupu Falls, which is on the border with Angola. And we've got a better vehicle this time. We've decided to hire a tank. It's a Toyota Hilux. It's probably not the biggest four-wheel drive, but it feels massive for us.
It's massive.
So this will be my first go at driving a four-wheel drive. No, it should be fun. So we'll keep you updated as we travel along.
Progress.
Okay, she's asking, what do you have at home? Do you have goat, sheep, cows, dog, rabbit, snake, tortoise, scorpion at your house?
Yeah, we have a refrigerator.
There is food in it.
Yeah, with food in it. Yeah.
Mako very good. So no cat, no dog, no nothing.
No.
It is not most. Some people will have a dog or a cat. They have a pet.
It's crazy.
Okay, now they're asking, where do you get milk? Where do you get meat? Are you milking the cat?
Yeah.
Are you milking the dog?
No,
Where do you get this?
We have a shop
Yeah,
that
yeah.
we.
So you buy everything in the shop.
Like-
all of the cows
like in a
milk.
Like in the
pose.
town.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, supermarket.
Oje navyo amako vera ndauli liko kopu. Amako kopu mo sto shimna ndiri mopu. Oya byo chavyo kavero kuli nyamo ndavu uli ochinda mu ichenye the pana mbano ndare kucha. Wangu kumupoka ngombo.
Kara mhono tata nai.
Pota nao kuye uli.
So I found this really an exciting experience for me because I just love meeting different cultures, and meeting these people is just fascinating. And I have a feeling that the elder women are probably my age actually. So they've been very welcoming, and they've taken us into their village and accepted us, and they are allowing us to walk around and see their village and how they live, which is just very gracious and very kind of them.
So now you can see yourself. We're looking for the C35. Do you know the C35 road?
Yes.
Is it further up or is it this way? That's Ricano though.
Yes.
Is there another turn right up ahead?
Yes.
we got our Zambian visas. It's very exciting. The lady was very helpful, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to going to Zambia now after speaking to some local people about the place. So here's the visa, nicely put in, as you'll see, and she kindly did quite a nice receipt actually. Very exciting.
So we made our bus yesterday afternoon leaving Windhoek, and we're now just at the immigration departing Namibia. We've just checked through that, so shortly we'll be going into the Zambian immigration and then we'll be over the border. Alright, so behind me is no man's land, which we've just crossed, and we're now have finally entered Zambia, and we've just come out of passport immigration. Already you can tell there's a big difference between the two countries. You get the hawkers, the cash exchanges. Yeah, you can just tell already that you've sort of entered a country which I guess is less developed than Namibia, where we would come from. But we're really looking forward to it. Livingston's only about an hour and a half away now, probably about 150 kilometres further up the road. So we'll be looking forward to that because it's been quite a long bus journey. But yeah, tomorrow we'll probably go see Victoria Falls.
Lifestyle. Get a copy at your local store today. Vision.
We're probably about 70 kilometres away from Livingston at the moment. It's taking us a bit longer than expected, longer than we expected, because of the condition of the road, which is in pretty poor condition. The bus has to keep stopping, and so he's about to stop now, and driving around these potholes, which is slowing us up a lot. And this morning, we're also getting pretty bombarded by some heavy-duty Christian propaganda.
As a trip sellers, they believe
And
that
it's
good
just
wine
hitting
can
me.
only come from the finest.
So we made it to Livingston yesterday, and last night we stayed at the Jolly Boys because we could get a cheaper room there, but this morning we've transferred our stuff so we can camp at Faulty Towers, which is the second, I guess, other backpackers in this area. But right now we're heading out to see Victoria Falls, which is pretty exciting. It's obviously one of the natural wonders of the world, so it's in high flow at the moment as well, which means that photographing the falls will be a bit difficult, but the actual power and the force of the water going over the falls is going to be pretty spectacular, so we're really looking forward to it. Got a haircut yesterday, which is a little bit concerning when I walked in, because all the guy had was a clippers and a paintbrush, which he used to pretty good effect. I do say so myself. Alright, so yeah, we're about 5 kilometres away from the falls now. Hotel's given us a free transfer out there. We have to find our own way back. That could be interesting. So we've paid our money, 100 kwacha each. This is $20 US. The locals pay 7 kwacha each. This annoys me. And it's going to annoy me everywhere we go. It was the same in India and a lot of places as well, like the Taj Mahal, and it just annoys me. No, it's like it's the same price for everyone. Food, same price for everyone. I don't buy this whole we're rich, you're poor bullshit. I was saying to him, we've got to figure out a way to charge Zambians more money to come and see the Opera House. I'm sure that would not go down well.
Yeah.
So we're in, we've been given a briefing about where we can go and all the different paths. So yeah, it's exciting. I can hear the falls in the background now. So we're going to go see the upper falls first, and then we'll walk around and see what we can find out. Now believe it or not, but this is actually one of the quietest part of the falls. This is just like a little stream right on the edge. It's nowhere near the main falls. And already here it's pretty powerful. Behind us you can't really see into the gorge at all because there's so much mist coming up. But it's very beautiful, and you get an idea of just how much power there is in these falls if this is just a little quiet spot in one corner.
Well, this is the first part of the walk where you can really feel the force of the waterfall
on the bridge, and then up around there's a point where you stand there, it's just completely torrential rain. I can tell you right now, if you want photos of Victoria Falls, come in August. But if you want to feel power like you've never imagined, come in March. It's fantastic. So we're just walking along the road here, parallel. Over this fence just in front of me here is actually Zimbabwe, but we've just walked along and you can see down into the boiling pot, and it looks spectacular from up here. Also behind me to the left you can see the main falls again through the mist. Every now and again the wind clears the mist out of the way and you get a good view of them.
Not fun. I mean, I'm looking forward to doing this walk, but just come across two predators on the path, and now I've got to try and get past them. So I'm going to try, but if I'm going to. not even interested. Excuse me, I want to get past. Come on, please. Oh my God.
Emma hates baboons. This is hilarious. I mean, she hates monkeys, but baboons especially, and these things are quite big. A lot of grooming going on down here.
What would you do in this situation? I want to get past. Come on. I can't do this.
You can do it. Just walk straight past them.
It's not. There's problems when you get past them. There's a whole bloody lot of them. Don't look into their eyes. It's scary.
Just walk straight past them. Honestly, you'll be fine. Just walk past. Just quickly walk past. See? Hang on a sec. Sorry. Whilst I was just putting the camera away, something happened major. Emma's just gone off. And it's baring teeth at Emma. Hang on, I'll be down in a sec. So, what happened back there?
Well, I was pretty much set upon by a whole family of monkeys, baboons, and I just got the stick like this and said, I'm not afraid to fucking use this stick, and just started to, because they were, one actually went like, like that with its teeth. That's a warning threat. And it kept coming like that towards me, so I just kept swinging and swearing.
Did you scream?
Yeah. So I did.
Okay, we'll keep walking down. And
I'm a bit shaken actually.
I can tell.
Okay, so we just went to buy our tickets, but you have to book them 24 hours prior to the date that you depart. So we have to come back this time tomorrow or early tomorrow, and we can book them there. And it's 115 kwacha, and it leaves at 9 o'clock on Sunday.
We got our bus tickets for tomorrow to Lusaka, so that's taken care of. This afternoon we're just going to upload some photos, back some stuff up, pack for tomorrow.
Pack for tomorrow.
But in front of us is the ShopRite, which has been
Become our favourite supermarket.
Yeah, so when in Livingston, come to the ShopRite.
ShopRite.
Been quite a start this morning. We made it onto the bus after our taxi didn't turn up, and received a sermon, and now we're getting, it's very religious here, isn't it?
Well, we haven't quite crossed to Tanzania yet. I hope you can hear me. But we've opened our window here and it's really nice. Get some fresh air and watching everything. It's really nice. I'm so glad that we've taken this train journey because I don't know, I just really like being on the trains and hanging out and so much more fun than the coast.
Don't worry. Okay.
Well done. Good work. See you later.
Right now, I just put exercise, walking up to the gym. When you sleep, so far, at least the way you
So we have arrived at Nakondi, and this is the border with Zambia and Tanzania. The guys have just come through and stamped our passports, and we've just been ripped off by the resident money changer. Actually, wasn't too bad. I changed about $80 worth of kwacha and probably lost about $9 or $10 on it. But there's nowhere else to change kwacha once you get into Tanzania, so you really just got to bite the bullet and do it. So yeah, hopefully the train will get going soon, and then we will have the Tanzanian customs guys come on next, I would imagine. It's the second morning, day 3 of our journey on the Tazara Express to Dar es Salaam. Here next door, there's a lot of activity going on. There's 3, I don't know if they're Zambians or Tanzanians, Africans. Probably shouldn't say Africans, they're probably Zambians. And they decide each morning at about 6:30 that it's time to get up. It's quite funny really, isn't it? You have to laugh. So this morning we were stuck in Mbakaka. I can't pronounce these names. Actually, we've gone from Namibia, where everything started with O, to Zambia and now Tanzania, where everything starts with M. But we were stuck there for about 3 or 4 hours this morning, and people actually got off the train and we're going to get buses, and just as we were thinking of doing the same, the train started moving. So we're still not sure what time we're going to get into Dar es Salaam. It could be anything from midnight tonight to 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. We're hoping it will be actually in the morning, because we don't really want to look for accommodation in Dar es Salaam in the early hours of the evening. So yeah, look, we're just passing now. We've been in southern Tanzania for about 12 hours, and we're going through some quite hilly countryside. The scenery has really changed from Zambia, which is quite flat, and we're going through some mountains here, which are really quite beautiful. We're in the dining car. It's pretty busy. We ordered chicken and rice an hour ago. We were told it would be half an hour, and now we're being told it's coming soon. Kitchen's pretty small here, so we can't really do much about it. They've been cooking, I guess, the local food, which is more important because you've got 30, 40 people ordering that, and we just want the rice. Apparently the locals don't eat rice. So yes, we're just waiting for this meal to come now. We're pretty hungry, but you know, this is what travelling in these parts of the world is all about.
So hungry.
bisa langkora pantam. Mari bisa langkora pantam. Agam kora mari di sniper.
So our fears have been confirmed. The block train that they were hoping to clear by the time we got here has not been removed. So we're about 10 hours away from Dar es Salaam, but apparently there's still a couple of train carriages that need to be pulled off the tracks ahead of us. We've been told that we're probably going to be here till about 9 or 10 o'clock tonight. At the moment it's about 5 in the afternoon, so looks like we're going to be here for a few hours. So we are now day 4 on the train. We spent about 22 hours at Malimba yesterday, and we've just started moving probably about an hour ago. We're told it's about 10 to 12 hours to Dar es Salaam, so probably at the moment here we're just going through the track that they rebuilt. Hello? So the guys, yeah, we've just come about 5-6 k's up the track to where they rebuilt the track last night.
Cheers. Oh, good workers. Thank you.
Thank you. Well done, guys. So we are stood on the balcony of the Econo Lodge in Dar es Salaam, having returned from Zanzibar after nearly 2 weeks there. Emma's heat rash is thankfully gone, which is good. Tomorrow, I've booked seats on Dar Express to Moshi. So Moshi is a small city, large town. It's on the southern slopes of Kilimanjaro. And we've got 3 seats, which was lucky actually, because a lot of the bus services were booked out and I really didn't want to have to hang around Dar es Salaam for an extra day. It's not, there's nothing here to do.
No, it's a city.
It's a big city. The manager at the Econo Lodge has signs all over the place saying don't go out after dark. In fact, try to avoid going out, or don't go out with large sums of money. Maybe it's not that bad, but I'm not going to go against.
He was telling everyone who was, listening, it's like, don't go out. And I think it's because it's happened a few times, and maybe we'll film one of the signs, but the people are staying here, so they feel quite responsible for them, and there's a lot of muggings around here, a lot of people getting, all their possessions and taken around to ATMs. It's not a good experience, so they have to tell us about it. So
sure. I mean, I don't know if it's happening all that often. I'd say that most people come here and they're okay, but if the owner of the lodge or the hotel is saying, hey, don't go out, and it wasn't like when in Windhoek where they gave the odd sort of be careful. This guy here is just saying do not go out there with your bags and money or credit cards. So anyway, the good news is we're off tomorrow, and takes about 9 hours to get up to Moshi, where we'll stay for a few days whilst we try to organise our safari.
how much were the tickets?
28,000 shillings.
Okay.
It's about $18.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
So for now,
We're going to wait for Rick.
we'll wait for Rick, who's joining us today, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
And also I'll just film you what little I can see of Dar es Salaam from our balcony, because I'm not going to walk down the streets with this video camera. Maybe this guy down here talking to these white people is the charismatic William. There's a funny sign, well it's not funny actually to be honest with you, but there's a sign downstairs saying, beware of this charismatic man named William, he's responsible for several muggings of clients who have stayed here. So this morning we left Dar es Salaam on time at about 7 o'clock on the Dar Express. It wasn't too difficult finding the bus. We had a bit of commotion in the morning, some guys trying to charge us for our bags, but otherwise it was pretty good. So we've been travelling for about 4.5 hours and we've just stopped for lunch in this quite pleasant place actually. It's really well organised, the bathrooms are quite clean, there's a lot of fresh fruit, you can buy chicken and chips, so yeah, it's really nice. We've got about 4.5 hours to go before we get to Kilimanjaro. You can do the talking this time.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are we heading to then?
Probably where we are.
It's on record now, so.
I know it's on record now. Okay, I'll do this.
I can do it. Ready?
Okay, go.
And action. So here we are in Moshi. It was a pretty long day actually yesterday. Had a street vomit, that was interesting because we took our tablets on an empty stomach and then rushed to the bus. So it was quite funny because even whilst vomiting, people were still trying to sell me things. Oh, you have malaria. Jambo, so this morning we have had perfect views of the mountains, really nice. And we are now about to do the Marangu route. Because we're staying in the village and we thought we would do the first stage of the Kilimanjaro trek. So we have a guide called Thomas and he is taking us for a really good walk. So off we go.
Just starting to get a bit of thunder above us now. And we're about 5 minutes away from the hut. It's been really nice actually, yeah. Very pretty. Glad we came and did the first day. It almost seems a shame that we're not going all the way up, but I don't think this is a good time of year to come. And if I'm going to do something like this, I think it'd be better to do it when you had, better weather. But it's quite atmospheric being in this storm, in amongst the jungle and everything. So we'll be at the hut probably about 5 minutes time. I'm just going to put on my jacket because it's starting to get a little bit cold. We're about 2,700 meters up now, so I'm going to put this jacket on. As luck would have it, it's raining, pretty heavy actually. It's quite nice though, the thunder above, walking through the forest, so could do without the mud on the trail though. So we're just going to have a bite to eat and then we'll head back down.
So we have finished our trek and 21 kilometres round trip. So where we went to was where the green dome is. We were just under there at the Mandura hut, sorry. So, and it did rain as well, so we got caught in a little bit of rain, but a bit achy now, so I'm going to go and have a cup of tea.
We're back in Moshi at the AA Hill Street Hotel. It's really hot down here after being up in Marangu. Rick and I have just been out changing some money and looking at t-shirts, trying to negotiate a better price. Unfortunately we struck out. best deal we could get was $8, which I thought was a bit expensive for a t-shirt, so we'll try our luck elsewhere. Kilimanjaro's just come out again, and it's pretty breathtaking. You can only just see the top of it because there's a lot of clouds around it, but it still looks great. There we have the very beautiful Kilimanjaro, devoid of cloud. Well, it's only got a little bit of cloud. And that's how big it looks to us in real life. It really dominates the skyline here, and it's quite impressive to see in real life.
So we've just got on the bus, we're heading to Arusha, and really enjoyed staying in Moshi, and I especially enjoyed the hotel we stayed in. That was really nice people. So another day, another walk around to find a new hotel, a new home.
This bus, by Dalla standards, is quite luxurious. It's only about half full at the moment, even by Australian standards. So, we could be here for a while waiting to get some more passengers, but yeah, it was actually a pretty good find. So we'll be going to Arusha this afternoon, as Em said, and then it's hunting for a safari company to take us to the Serengeti. We've arrived at the rim of the crater, and it's amazing. In front of me here is heavy cloud, thick fog, but behind me it's beautiful sunshine, and the crater looks magnificent. They've actually built a temporary sort of little platform here that you can see it from, and it doesn't disappoint. When you see it in real life, it is magnificent. Okay, we've just seen some lines. They're coming up about 30 metres on our left.
Dry season, you can find more.
is the better.
Yeah. And I guess when the migration happens, there's a lot of animals which you've got.
That was wonderful. For once Emma got called in and had to dance. I normally end up getting dragged into these things. That was great, Dali. No, it's fantastic. So we've just been brought up, as you can tell, to this lovely village, and they've just done a welcome dance for us. And then next we'll be taken inside and shown around, and yeah, the rain's cleared away, so this is brilliant.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Having the necklaces, and whenever you're gonna be here, you're gonna be there. It's like a way that you're gonna have a nice moving, and that by being so, you can't forget the trip visiting Amasalboma.
Lovely.
Yeah. And actually, we do have the entry fee of the Boma, which normally costs $25.
This morning we've left the Ngorongoro crater and we're heading to the Serengeti. We're still in the Ngorongoro conservation area, but just come over the top of this ridge and we've found about 6 giraffe up here. It's just beautiful. We've just hopped out of the vehicle, and just to stand here looking at these animals first thing in the morning, unexpected surprise, and it's such a great feeling.
Okay, baby, cross. Looking for mamas.
They've got different markings.
My God, I'm so bald.
I still love you.
It's so weird seeing this haircut. So we are at the, I'm not sure if I've got the pronunciation correct, it's the Nabi Gate,
Yeah.
which is the gate inside the Serengeti coming from the Ngorongoro area. And this gate is on top of this little mountain, probably about 80-90 metres higher than the rest of the Serengeti. It's very beautiful. So just going to do a little short walk up the top and have a look around.
Yeah.
Just come off-road a little bit from one of these koppies and found a small pride of lions. There's a female, 3 cubs and a male lion.
Guys, take the last picture and then we go.
After having seen the lion and the cheetah, which was amazing, we were very lucky to see that, we're just heading to our lodge for this evening, but this part of the Serengeti is just absolutely filled with zebra. Like, there must be at least 20,000-30,000 here.
That's what, it's moving now. Which tree is on? Okay. The first plane.
Nice big storm in the background, and the guys behind me have actually spotted a black rhino, which is very, very unusual to find one here in the Serengeti. There are about 20 in total apparently. So they're just showing Richard where it is. Hopefully he'll be able to find it because it's pretty tough, and then we'll hopefully see, because we're going to go out on a game drive a little bit later on, probably about half an hour, so we might be able to see a black rhino this afternoon. That'd be great. Okay, so that wasn't easy. We did find it through the binoculars eventually. He's probably about 2 kilometres away, maybe 1.5. It's hard to tell with these big open spaces, just distances are hard to judge. Rick's still having a look at him now. This storm is very, very beautiful. I wish you could capture the smell because the aroma is amazing. It's this fresh, wet bush smell that comes with a storm.
So we're travelling at breakneck speed this morning because we've just had a leopard confirmation. So we're really going quickly to try and get to see this leopard. So this is the whole great thing about safari. It doesn't come to you. You've got to hunt for it and try and find it and work for it. I've just sighted a silverback. It's full-blown male. Yes, yes. Mature silverback.
There it is. Must be the only silverback in the Serengeti, isn't it? Full-blown.
It's in must.
It's in season.
Male silverbacks here, it must means females around somewhere. He likes this spot.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
Pretty happy here. Sad to leave today. Had a nice time. Just found this crocodile. It's big actually, isn't it? Look at the size of it.
So right now I am standing in no man's land between Tanzania and Rwanda. We actually arrived here last night about 8 o'clock in this evening, and we're very tired after about a 13-hour journey from Mwanza. So the guys here at immigration this morning were very kind and let me back onto the bridge. And just to my left here is the Rusanu Falls, which is on the Rusanu River, which marks the boundary between Tanzania and Rwanda. See there all the trucks in no man's land coming down from Tanzania. And just at the end of this bridge is Rwanda. So we're now on a Dala bus to Kigali. Just had a little bit of an incident where we bought 3 tickets on a Dala. That was supposed to be leaving at 10. We went to grab our bags, and as we were walking down to the street at about 10 to 10, it was actually driving down the road. So we had to get our money back, yell at them to stop. They'd already filled it up with other passengers who were going to take off. So lesson learnt. Don't buy tickets on a Dala until you have your bags on the street and you're ready to go. So the journey now is probably going to take about 4 hours to Kigali. And yeah, when we get there we'll just settle in and do a bit of research on what we're going to do.
Just about to go and climb this lovely volcano behind us called Visoki. What Patrick was saying to us is that sometimes you do come across gorillas, and as we're not gorilla trekking, the boys will not be allowed to take any pictures, which is going to be very interesting as to how they're going to control themselves and not take a picture. Maybe they'll have to sort of hang back and one take a picture and share the pictures. So, but hey, we may come across gorillas, so that's kind of cool. Might save us some money. So it's a 3-hour climb up to the top. If you're, I think, of good fitness, so I think we'll probably be able to do it in 3 hours for sure. And it's a really nice morning, and I have to say I do like being out in the nature parts of any country. I think that's where you start to really see what a country's like. So we've been told by the Germans it's very muddy, so everyone's a bit concerned about the mud, so we'll see how we go. I'll give you an update as we go on.
Her camp was over that way, is it?
First camp was, then soon she shifted from that way to this place. Okay.
Yep.
Watch, this is net.
Oh.
So we've been going for about 40 minutes, and we've just stopped in a little clearing here just to take a short break. And we just heard a very loud gorilla call, and it was probably only about 100-150 meters away. It was quite loud. So even though we're not trekking the gorillas today, it is quite exciting doing the trek, thinking that you may come across them. They're out there, and so yeah, hearing that was very exciting, knowing that they are actually close by.
So we have made it to the top of Visoki. wasn't the easiest of treks. I mean, it's certainly very muddy and quite steep. But we all got up here and now we're just enjoying the view before we do the downhill, which might be quite interesting, I think.
Is this the lake? Yeah. Is it Burera or Ruhando?
Burera or Ruhando.
Okay. Ruhando. You think?
Ruhando.
Hello. How are you, sir? Is it Ruhando? Ruhando. Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yes, that's right. Very good. Morokozi Chani. All right, let's continue along. So we found this incredible sort of, well, it's a dirt road really, but it's obviously not frequented by tourists, and it's sort of up in the hills, and we're driving through all these like amazing little villages with all these great landscapes. We're not entirely sure that this road actually goes back to Masanzi, and we don't know whether to keep driving along or actually double back.
There again, though, aren't we? Have you noticed how we're actually going that way again?
Yeah, I'm noticing that there's a saddle over here, and we seem to be on the wrong side of it. So it's midday. I think. What do you think, Em? I think we should actually double back.
I think we should, and then we know that we've sort of.
We know that we'll be back in 20 minutes, won't we?
Exactly.
All right. I might try and turn the car around, and then we'll try and double back. So whenever we drive past, all the children start yelling out Mzungu. And Mzungu seems to be a word that is learnt by children even at 2 years of age. Maybe they know 20 words. One of them will be Mzungu. So we've just come up to Virunga Lodge, which is a beautiful spot high above the Twin Lakes. It's about half an hour's drive from Masanza, and just at the moment we've got beautiful views of all the volcanoes. Actually, we're in the cloud a little bit before, but now they've all started to come out. It's still a little bit grey, but the sun's starting to break through. It's just lovely. No Snickers, warm Coke. Rick must be desperate, he's actually buying a warm Coke.
No Snickers?
No. We will have to stop maybe elsewhere if we can.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay, no problem. So this is our life when we're on the road. It's a tough life. This is our home. We've got the porch with lake views, lemon tree, oh no, lime tree, and the local DJ in the background, which you can hear They like to have a bit of a party around here, so hopefully it won't go on for too long. This guy keeps on sort of emceeing over, which actually sort of ruins the music. Okay, I'm going to have a cup of tea. Well, morning. This morning we're heading to Nungwe National Park, which has the oldest rainforest and mountain range in Rwanda. So it's going to take us about, hold on, take 2, wait, what? So this morning we're heading to Nungwe, which is the oldest mountain rainforest in Rwanda. Africa! You're cooking it! So this morning we're heading to Nungwe, which has the oldest mountain rainforest in Africa. And it's going to take us about 5 hours to get there. And we're sort of doing it on the Congo Nile Trail, which is quite nice. So we're getting to see a bit of that. And yeah, so looking forward to getting there. I'll try and film some of the scenery as we go by as well, which is quite nice.
Give me money.
You will get a lot further. Oh, here we are. We're here.
How far have we got to go?
We're here. Not very far.
I can see that, man.
We've gone about
A third of the way.
a third of the way. I reckon we should keep humping it, moving it along.
That's
Give me money.
Rwandan, give me money. I don't have any money. Bye bye.
Little one tapping his shoulder.
So we've arrived at Nungwe National Park. It took about 4 hours to get down here. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm really glad that we've come here. As soon as we drove through the gates, the rainforest closed in around us. We've gone up about 1,000 meters. We're about 2,300 meters at the moment, and we're going to go do the canopy walk, which the Rwandan government built in the last 2 years. It takes about 2 hours to do. We don't have a lot of time here, unfortunately, because we're going to drive back this afternoon.
It's nice to be on a trail that's muddy.
This was built in 2010 by a Canadian NGO called Green Heart.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's safe. This small one is 25 meters. No, this one is 45. And then that one is 90 meters. And then the small one, the last one, is 25 meters. And the height, it is 70 meters from down, from small creek. An elephant.
So we've just started the canopy part of the walk. We're about 70 meters above the rainforest now. It's pretty amazing. But this bridge was donated by an NGO group from Canada, and our guide assures us that it can actually carry 4 tons. It is a bit wobbly though when you walk across it, so you've got to kind of hang on a little bit.
Whoa.
So literally a few minutes from our hotel, arriving back, we went to get some petrol, and as we were returning, a man was shouting that we have a problem, and what we've discovered is the transmission of the nun's car has gone. And so we're all sat here for about an hour and a half, so close to a shower, it's not even funny, and we've just got to get it fixed. It's going to cost us 15,000 francs to fix. So, thoughts, Reynolds? What do you think?
Well, it's going to cost us 15,000 to mask.
Oh, right, yeah, to mask. What we need to know is how long the problem will be masked for.
I don't know if we're going to be able to have that message conveyed to us. What he said was that you can drive to Musanze and then go to Kigali and have it fixed. So I don't know.
Why us?
15,000 to mask. We'll be masking anything from God.
Now, Rick, are we going to have to hide you because you might feel guilty and you may give the game away?
And I think Rick's like, any problems? No problems.
I can't see
Just we're on those tarmac roads the whole time and just keep going on about how wonderful the road system is here.
didn't even use the car today, did we?
Yeah, just relax on the lake.
We've left Musanze this afternoon. We're about 100 metres from the end of Rwanda and the beginning of Uganda, so the border's just behind us. So we'll just go up to immigration now and leave Rwanda. We should be able to get a visa on arrival in Uganda, hopefully, because we had a lot of problems getting the Rwandan visa on arrival. We got some bad information there and nearly got rejected. So yeah, we're just about to leave Rwanda and travel into Uganda.
They're quite funny.
So we've crossed into Uganda. We got through okay, it was all good. We've just sort of been stuck here at the border debating with the local money changer about what rate we could get. We ended up getting 3.7, so I think I lost about $3 on 25,000 francs. Anyway, not the end of the world.
And I was saying to
So this plastic bag coming towards me, and she's like, where is he?
yeah, because she's going, Rosie's got lots of money. And then I was saying to her, I said to the man, see, women all over the world, they hear a man has lots of money and they run after him.
So we're heading into Kisoro. It's only about, 9 kilometres away?
Yeah.
Okay. We have a very nice man driving us. His name is David. Hello, David. So, hopefully we'll find a nice place to stay, and then tomorrow we'll try and organise some gorilla trekking. Come on, let's go. Storm's coming.
It's almost getting us, as I said, 5 minutes.
Oh, that's okay. I don't mind waiting. That's okay.
So this morning is the 30th of April and we're leaving Lake Bunyoni in southern Uganda and we're going to head up to Kampala today. Probably going to take us about somewhere between 6 and 9 hours. We're not exactly sure, but we'll arrive in the capital this evening. We'll also cross the equator today, which is quite exciting. Yeah, we've been in the southern hemisphere all this time, so overland travel is all about these landmarks sometimes. So today we crossed the equator. Had a little bit of rain this morning, so it took a bit of effort to pack up the tents and whatnot, but we've got it all done and we're just waiting to get a shared taxi to Kabale, where we can then pick up a bus to Kampala. All right, so I'm standing on Kololo Hill?
Yeah.
Kololo Hill. Yeah. We've just been into the Egyptian embassy and we got rejected from Winnie, who works at the Egyptian consulate. She said, unless you're a resident in Uganda, they will not issue you with a visa here. And she said you can try at the border. She wasn't able to tell us if we could get one at the border. She said you could try at the border. So look, I think what we're going to have to do now is, I guess, write to an Egyptian tour company and get their opinion on how we can obtain a visa before we actually get to Egypt. We've been told that you can get one on the ferry going from Wadi Haifa to Egypt, but it's a little bit unreliable. I want to sort of get a better confirmation on that because obviously going all that way to be rejected would be disastrous. So yeah, just at the moment behind us, we've just stopped at this lovely site with Kampala behind us. I guess we've made some progress today. We know we can't get the Ethiopian visa here. We know we can't get the Egyptian visa here, but we did get a Sudanese visa today, so that's some success. So what are your names?
I'm Masereka.
Yeah.
This is Albert.
And where are you going today?
We are going to Kasese Bwera.
Ah.
Yeah.
How far away is this?
It's 600 miles.
600 miles?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a long way.
Yeah.
6 hours from here.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're on the bus going up to Cindy today, which is a small town on the outskirts of the Murchison Falls National Park up north of Uganda. Unfortunately, when waiting for the bus, we had our laptop items. We're thinking if we put out a reward that word will spread amongst all the touts and street vendors, and as they say, there's no honour amongst thieves, so maybe a bit of money will flush out the people who did this.
Maybe. Let's hope so.
We had a blowout on the, one of the tyres as well, which was a bit scary. Made a bit of a racket. We had to stop and get that changed. And this child that you hear behind us was left on the bus when it departed the station, and the mole was nowhere to be found. But yeah, lesson learnt to remain very consciously aware of your bags when you're getting on buses.
So we've just arrived to take the ferry across the Nile River, believe it or not. So we're just hanging out and having our sandwich whilst we wait for it to come across. But this is the first time we'll see the Nile, and of course we'll see it when we get to Egypt as well.
So we're on the river safari now, which is pretty amazing, I have to say. There's a lot of hippos in the river on the Nile. Probably the best hippo sightings we've had so far in Africa, and there's even some elephants along the bank and warthogs. It's very, very beautiful. But the best is yet to come, which is the actual Murchison Falls themselves.
Those are hippopotamus.
So we've arrived at Murchison Falls, and we've had a wonderful journey up the river, and it felt like we were like the explorers coming up here. It's really great. So here we are in Murchison Falls. We're doing the Becker Trail, and it's really great trail actually, very enjoyable.
So this is the Nile River in Uganda, the Albert Nile, and it's about 6,000 kilometres away from Cairo. It's amazing to see it. 4 years ago we were on the Nile River in Egypt, and now here we are in Uganda, 6,000 kilometres away. Kind of feels a little strange to see this river, knowing that we will be seeing it in about 6 weeks' time. We're too going to be following not its journey but our own journey to Cairo, so yeah, it feels a little bit symbolic to see the Nile here, knowing that we'll see it again when we get to Cairo, and maybe a few times in between.
So here's where it pushes out to just 5 metres. It's quite amazing when you think of how much water is over there. So it's just down here, and it's quite the washing machine really, if you have a look at it.
About 60 kilometres away now from Amboseli National Park, but it's a very sunny day, and already on the horizon we can see the Kilimanjaro looking very big. You can just see a faint outline of the slopes heading up into the clouds. It's really exciting.
So it's been a little bit of time since we saw Kilimanjaro, so I'm happy to see it again, and really excited about getting to Amboseli now. It's going to be really good. There's a lot of snow on Kili as well, so I think it'll look really good. We're at Lake Nakuru, and this part of Kenya is where my dad grew up and was born and grew up, and my granddad was based. So when my dad used to tell me stories when I was a little girl, of Africa, he used to tell me about all of these areas. So the central highlands of Kenya basically is where he would tell me about stories about snakes and monkeys and lots of different things. So it's really nice to actually finally come here. It's I know that my granddad would be happy that I came, and I could tell him that I was going to come, so he knows that I was going to head towards this way. So it's very special. This is where we're camping tonight as well. It's Nakuru National Park, and we should be camping just over there, where it's quite thick and forested. And apparently there are lions here, which I didn't know about, so that's a new one. We've got some cats who have leopards and lions here. So,
as you can see, we are in a matatu Dala Dala again. We're in no thank you sir. We're in Nakuru, and we're heading for Nanyuki today, which is near Mount Kenya. Journey time is about 3 to 4 hours. Currently at the moment we're just waiting for our matatu to fill up. We need 3 more people. Richard is out on the streets actually trying to drum up business as well, so that we can get away early. Emma has prime position over here.
yes, prime position near the window. This is a good thing. You control the temperature. And so hopefully we can make the push for Isiolo tomorrow. But yeah, we're trying to get away as quickly as possible, and then we'll sit down and work out a bit of an itinerary for Ethiopia. Made contact with someone who's pretty on the ball, who responds quickly, so that's someone we'll definitely work with, hopefully. And the other thing is working out this Danakil depression as well. So this is our last few days really in Kenya. So it's been good fun. We've done a lot in a short period of time actually. When I think we arrived, a week and a bit ago? So what day is it today?
Yeah, we got here...
It was a Saturday we arrived.
So yeah, we've been here for about 9 days, I think.
Done a lot. It's done a lot in 9 days.
And the Kenyan people have been brilliant, actually, I have to say.
Yeah.
You know, one chap in Uganda described them as tricky people, but they've been nothing but friendly, welcoming, and we've felt really at home here in Kenya, and I definitely would come back. It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
So Richard, I don't know.
Okay, hopefully he's got some people for us.
He is working hard to get people.
So we have made it to the equator. This is quite a momentous occasion for us, and Michael Palin also crossed the equator in the same area as well. So we're going to reenact the Palin experience with the water, and it's pretty cool. We're our last few days in Kenya before we cross to Ethiopia, so let's watch the Cornelius effect.
We're about to be dazzled by the Coriolis effect, so I didn't know what that was, but basically it's the water spinning clockwise in the northern hemisphere and water spinning anti-clockwise in the southern hemisphere. I'm a little bit skeptical as to whether 20 metres either side of the equator changes things, but these guys are going to show us and we will see for ourselves. So right now I'm standing in the southern hemisphere
You are at the southern hemisphere.
Southern.
And Emma was just...
And we are the center of the world.
Right.
Centre of the world.
Centre of the world, that's amazing. So you can see down here.
20 meters, water rotates clockwise, northern part.
Okay.
20 meters south, it rotates anti-clockwise.
Okay.
But here, nothing. So you have to move 20 meters. Northern hemisphere.
Okay, so let's move to the northern hemisphere.
Yeah. 20 meters northern side.
Northern side. And now water rotates clockwise.
Right.
This force is called Coriolis force or Coriolis effect. Coriolis.
Coriolis.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's definitely going clockwise.
Yeah, now it is
Definitely going clockwise. Northern hemisphere.
Northern hemisphere.
Okay.
Then here, you see the water sparrows here.
Oh yeah.
Can you see it is turning the other way around?
Okay, you can see that.
Like me, Dennis, I was born north, so my hair grows clockwise. Australia is south, so I can see even your hair is growing clockwise.
So in Tanzania their hair grows anti-clockwise.
Yeah, because it's south. But because she's from Australia and it's far south, it has to go the other way around.
Wow. Clockwise.
On the south?
Anti.
What about at the center?
Center, it should just remain the same. It should just hover.
Correct. So let's see south now.
Okay.
And we have the toilet here. If you happen to go to our toilets, then you flush. Same thing. The Coriolis takes place.
Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
See, now that I'd like to see in the toilets. Okay. So now we're going to cross from spring back into autumn.
You see now it is turning
Look at that.
Now it was clockwise, now clockwise. Remember, equator is marginal line. You can't see it with your eyes.
But it exists.
It divides you out to two equal times, northern side and the southern. So now we are the southern side.
Yeah.
And the water turns anti-clockwise.
Yeah. I thought he might have used a different dish, but he's used the same dish. I feel like I'm at a magic show here and I'm trying to work out how this is done. But I for once I won't be a skeptic. I'll just enjoy the Coriolis effect on the equator. Now we're just going to do one last experiment. That's right on the equator, and then we won't see any spinning motion at all. Is that right?
Correct.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So now Emma is right.
Right in the middle.
Okay.
Or
Your no location. This way.
1 foot in, 1 foot. Okay. So the serious science stuff now.
Can you lift up?
Lift.
Yeah, lift up.
Yep.
Up.
Look, there's no spiral.
Yeah, nothing. It's straight.
And there's no spinning.
No spinning. And here no rotation.
Emma, what do you think? Even you're holding the dish?
I'm saying.
Are you holding this in a special way?
That is a fact, a scientific fact.
Our audience, what do you think? You've seen this many times? Yeah. It always works.
no spins, it's straight.
Yep, the water is straight.
Yeah.
So,
Scientific fact, right?
myth busted or myth confirmed? Myth confirmed. So the doctor has demonstrated for us. Thank you, sir. How many demonstrations have you done?
I've done more than 1,000.
You've done more than 1,000?
Yeah.
How long have you been doing this
I've
for?
been here for, let's see, 3 years.
3 years.
Enough.
And who was the previous doctor?
Do you have to buy the
Who-
business off of the previous person?
Who was the previous doctor?
The previous doctor is now retired.
He's retired.
Yeah.
Are you his son?
No.
No.
But I'm working, let's say like a working mate.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've taken over the business
Yeah, taken over.
of demonstrating the Coriolis effect. That's fantastic. Thank
very
you.
much, sir. Thank you, Dennis. So after a night of no sleep, because we had a nightclub and the local prostitutes outside our hotel window, Greg and I got up at 6:30 this morning, totally knackered, and started walking around Isiolo to secure a four-wheel drive, which has taken a few hours, but we've finally done it. The guy is going to take us for 2,500 to Moyale, and that was all going quite well. He was just taking breakfast, but now we just found out that he wants us to wait for another 2 hours before we depart. So it's a bit of a bummer because we just want to get going. But you know, as we just discussed, when we get through this and across the border, this will be a great story. So we're about to go into quite bandit territory now, so we have to keep our windows down, and the windows are blacked out in the cab as well. So it's going to be a little bit hair-raising, but it'll be a good journey, I think, when we get going.
Where to begin? We're in Moyale.
Moyale.
Finally got here. Took us 16 hours by bus yesterday. I think we left about 10 o'clock in the morning from Isiolo. We ended up getting into Marsabit when about 6:30 at night.
Yeah, Marsabit 6:30, and then Moyale at 2 o'clock this morning. So
Yeah. So they just drove us straight into this dire little lodge. It was pitch black. We didn't really care because there was just a flat bed for us to sleep in.
we just didn't care.
And so yeah, now we're in Moyale, which is the border town with Ethiopia, so it's pretty exciting. Today we will walk into Ethiopia, always the best way to enter a country, I think.
Yeah.
We've just met a nice chap, Alex, who's sort of...
He's pretty harmless.
yeah, he's nice. He's just sort of a local broker who can help you with information. It's been quite nice to chat to. No, thank you. So from here, it's about a kilometre walk to the border. And then we're going to try and get no longer a matatu, but a makina. Makina, I think they're called.
To Yabella.
To Yabella, which is about 2-3 hours away. And then tomorrow we will try and get to Termi, which is where you can start seeing some interesting tribal people in southern Ethiopia. So, yeah, for now we'll just pick up our stuff and walk through the
filthy streets.
They are filthy, actually. I have to say, Moyale is probably one of the dirtiest towns I've ever encountered on all my travels. I don't know about you, Amy.
It reminds me of China a bit, Tibet.
Tibet, yeah, it does actually. Remind me a bit of Western Tibet. It's just absolutely filthy here. So, good reason to move on to Ethiopia. So, that bus is the bus that goes to Konzo. We are in, I thought I had it. Where are we? Yabelo. We're in Yabelo. So yesterday we came from Moyale to Yabelo. We didn't get to Yabelo until about 6 o'clock in the evening, where we stayed at the Yabelo Motel. We tried to find out information about onward transport to Konzo, which is sort of, I guess, the next big town north of here, and that's what we're going to keep doing, heading north. They didn't really give us great information. We've come to the bus station, which is about 5 kilometres away, but the bus here is leaving in about 3 hours' time. Hang on a sec, we've got, do you want to see? Yeah. There.
50%.
Have a look.
Yeah. So we're just waiting to get this bus, and that gentleman there is you're one of the bus drivers, or yeah. So yeah, we're just going to be stuck here for about a few hours, I think. Yeah.
Show them what.
Okay. So we've made it onto the bus going to Konzo, probably about 45 minutes into the journey, and we've just stopped at this little village here, just picking up more passengers. Journey time's supposed to take 2 hours, but we reckon there's probably an extra hour and a half just in terms of stuffing around waiting for people to come on buses. Yeah. Do you want to see this? You can wave. It's like a miracle. She had 12 fingers.
She didn't, I counted them. She had 6. Anyway, so we just had a little pit stop. It's very scenic here actually.
Yeah.
Very beautiful. Lots of little huts and tribes people. And there's a big mixture of different looking peoples. A bit of a melting pot of different animals. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to Konzo, and I'm not sure, are we going to try and get to Jinka? I think we should try and get to Jinka.
So, I don't really have much idea of where we are. We're still heading to Konzo, I hope. The bus has kind of emptied out a little bit behind me. Rick's just over there having a natural break. So yeah, it's hopefully we'll be in Konzo soon, because we've got to try and get some onward transport to Jinka after that. So a little bit of luck, we'll be there soon. Just got some people behind me here having a look. Did you want to have a look? Yeah, see you guys. So yeah, so we'll hopefully be in Konzo very soon.
So we managed to pick up some transport in Konza in the Makina, which is like the Ethiopian version of a Dala Matatu. And the journey time is supposed to be about 3.5 hours if all goes well. So that's pretty good actually, because I thought this morning we weren't going to get to Jinka today. So we are going to get to Jinka today. Might be a little bit late, but that's kind of put us back on schedule, which is good. It's Makina's pretty amazing actually. It's got shaggy carpet hanging from the ceiling. It's great. Is that our little friend? She's quite cute. She's very serious. Right, so we're coming close to the end of our journey today. Sun's just setting. It's midnight here in Ethiopia, technically according to their time. So we should be in Jinka probably about 20 minutes, I would say. The scenery to our right here is nothing short of spectacular. It's absolutely amazing. Actually, it's been a really, really fantastic day. So, and the sun's just setting to our left. So yeah, it's been a really good day. We'll have to try and find some accommodation when we get to Jinka though, which hopefully it won't be too difficult.
This one is almost ready.
Okay, that might be a better one for me. So just chew it?
Yeah. No.
Thank you.
Just
chew it.
Malik, tell them the sound. So you get rid of these bits? No, it's not that. Look 1 second. This is the hardest. Yeah.
How is it?
Well, it's kind of nice when you eat it, but then you get the leftover stuff.
No. We are in southwest Ethiopia in Hamar tribe market where the name is Dimaka, and so as you see there are many people in the market coming to sell and to buy. So here we are now, women are behind me with the red soil selling that, butters, bananas. People are selling in this market, one of the colorful market. Second to Turmi. Turmi is also one of the best and one of the beautiful markets in Omo Valley.
Fantastic. Man, we have this. Hang on. Can you see now?
India, I'm Indi. Anta Indi.
What do you think?
It's pretty nice. I really like it actually. It kind of reminds me of being sort of in northern Namibia, so similar with the red hair and the decoration and how they identify themselves as first wives and second wives is very interesting. So we should continue on and have a look.
So this morning, or rather this afternoon now, I think it's just gone lunchtime, we're bouncing in the back of a tuk-tuk. It's good to be in a tuk-tuk. I think it's our favourite mode of transport in the world. We're in Arbaminch, which is just north of Jinka after having visited the Omo Valley. Haven't actually turned on this video camera for a few days. The main reason being is that videoing in the Omo Valley was actually a real pain in the neck. It caused a lot of frustration for us and the locals, and in the end it wasn't really worth it in terms of them getting upset about not being paid enough money. And even when we were filming ourselves, this caused problems as well, so hence no report for a couple of days. But yeah, we've just come to Arbaminch, which is a sorry, a bit bouncy here, which is a transport hub heading to Addis Ababa. But it's also a very beautiful area, isn't it? We've got lots of lovely lakes and mountains, and currently we're just heading up to Dorje, which is a small village that sits up, oh my god, in these mountains, sorry. Probably should have waited until we got onto some sealed road. Here we go.
This is real life for us. This is what it's like.
The scenery around here though is very, very beautiful. And Ethiopia is very, very beautiful. The people, we've had reports that the people here are among some of the unfriendliest on the continent compared to their neighbours. But I can see why people would say that, but it hasn't been anything really too bad, has it? I wouldn't call these people unfriendly.
It's not a holiday wrecker.
They're probably a little bit more stern-faced than people in Zambia and Tanzania are, not as jokey, but so far they seem pretty polite. We've had a couple of assholes. They do try to rip you off a little bit more. But yeah, basically so far it's been okay, but we'll have to keep you updated on how we find that situation. So for now we'll just continue heading to Dorje. Tomorrow we've already got bus tickets to go to Addis. We're going to have to get up at 5, we have to be at the bus station at 5 o'clock in the morning to get the bus to Addis. It's about 12-13 hours apparently, so yeah, that's going to be a long day.
Look at this lovely scenery. It's just, what a lovely moment on this trip to look out over the Omo Valley and just really take it in. It's really beautiful.
This is a strange feeling being up here. A, we're lucky to be here, but B, I'm sad because we're only going to be up here for an hour or two and then we're going to have to go. It's really unfortunate that sometimes on a trip like this, as long as this, you get to places and you can't actually stay. And this is one of those places. But it's pretty amazing. I feel pretty lucky to be here, actually, I have to say. I just wish we could stay here for a couple of days longer and really relax and take it all in. Anyway, plenty of other places to visit, but anyone coming here, you really should stay here for a few days. This is a great spot.
Alright, so now we're going to head back down to Arbaminch. Should be a lot easier because we're going to be going downhill, although this next bit of road's going to be very difficult. I'm thinking we might even need to have to hop out on this steep section, I'm not sure, because it's pretty bumpy and pretty steep. Pretty hungry as well, actually. Yeah, I need to get some food.
I only had some salad and 2 bread rolls yesterday and omelette.
So yeah, this is the section I was talking about. Hang on one sec. Managed to negotiate a that okay? Look at these kids. Hello. To Addis this morning. It's going to be about 9-10 hours, which is kind of painful really, but the scenery should be good, but just to make it extra painful, we have this lovely music with flute highlights playing at ear-bursting levels. It's not much fun.
Isso beze bota se campo pono ore. Ai ma io na io ta chara.
So we're here in Lalibela, Ethiopia, and we finally made it to one of the most iconic sites in Ethiopia, which is the Church of St. George. What's amazing about this church is it's completely carved out of the rock that surrounds it. So they carved down and then obviously carved into a church shape. This is lovely how these trees are all...
Even this is olive tree. The one which is over there, that's the olive tree.
Lovely.
So this morning we've left Lalibela and we're heading to Mekelle. We've decided to actually hire a special vehicle for today because the buses were already killing us, to be quite honest, getting up at 5:30 in the morning. So this way we can get to Mekelle in one day and then have a bit of a rest before we end up doing our tour of the Danakil Depression. It's very dry outside at the moment. We're really at the end of this long spell without rain, so it'll be interesting to see what it's like further up north, to see if it's a little bit more green. Mekelle?
Yes.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah, good. This is Bekele, our driver today. He's just been telling me all about Ethiopia, the government, health, all sorts of things.
So here we are at the Danakil Depression, and it's pretty hot. It's topping 40, but we've just stopped because there's a caravan of camels that is just walking past. And it's huge. So pretty amazing. And these guys have walked for miles, and you can't see any water. You just don't know how they've drunk water or how the animals are going to drink water. So it's pretty impressive, actually.
Man, it is hot. It's about 11 o'clock. Sorry for squinting. This is seriously really intense. We've got a little bit of a problem behind us, as you can see. We've just come into a bit of soft sand. Unfortunately, we're the last vehicle and the other guys have taken off, so our man's just been trying to dig us out. Hopefully I can tell you already my feet are getting burnt. I've been out of this car for about 8 or 9 minutes now. It's really hot. This is very hot. It's actually quite scary. I mean, we're with a guy who's a bit more professional at the moment, and if you were here on your own and this happened to you, you could be in serious trouble. Sounds a bit doom and gloom, doesn't it?
Feels almost like we're on a tropical paradise, but we're on the salt lake, so it's pretty nice here. It's very clear water and it's very refreshing because it's hot, super hot today, so it's actually lovely just to put your feet in some water.
So, I'm on a Ferris wheel in Khartoum in Sudan, and the sun's going down, and I'm right at the spot where the White Nile meets the Blue Nile. This is probably actually one of the few places where you can actually get some photos and pictures without getting hassled by the police. But yeah, this is quite a bizarre little fun park. All the rides here are probably about, well, they look about 50 years old at least anyway, so it's quite a interesting spot. And as I said, at the moment I'm just on this Ferris wheel. He's going to reverse the way we're going around now. Thank you. So, yeah, sorry, this is just a little bit weird. So tomorrow we get the bus to Wadi Halfa, and then the day after tomorrow we'll be getting the ferry to Egypt. Sorry, I'm a bit paranoid, just making sure that no one is coming to get me filming the White Nile.
So, we've arrived after much sickness. Well, my sickness actually, I was sick for 24 hours, and we travelled hundreds and hundreds of miles. And we're finally here, on time, on schedule, in Wadi Halfa, and we're staying in the Canagan Hotel, although the locals call it something different, that's how it's spelt. And this is our, don't be jealous, this is our room. So as you can see, it's pretty, actually I don't mind this part of the room, this doesn't bother me. This is quite okay, it's quite cool, considering the outside temperature is very, very hot. It's got a really good aircon that pumps in hot air. That's selling point. A few live wires.
Just, it makes more of a sound.
Yeah, it's just more just sort of, you know, it's more appearance. It's like we're trying to pump hot air, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's happening.
And do you want to like take us through the options we have of the air conditioning
So
unit?
we've got high cool. That's what we're on at the moment. I'd call that high hot actually, high heat. Low cool, because you're going to need that here. High vent, low vent. It's pretty much all the same thing. It just sucks in hot air and pumps it into your room. This fan is actually a godsend. And then we've got the ensuite bathroom, which is actually this morning it smells more like a public urinal, so I'm not quite sure what happened overnight, but it kind of stinks of piss in here now. There's the toilet. And this is my particular favourite. So this is the shower, and that's it on full. How to find that? Oh, it's bright. So we have to sort of use this sink. But these are the fun things that we do, and this is what we enjoy doing. Although it does stink in here a bit actually, I have to close this door, it's a bit stinky. So this is our room, and let's go back out. So we are meeting our man at 2 o'clock this afternoon, and we go on the ferry. We've got tickets, and it's very exciting, isn't it, Val? We finally made it.
It is exciting. A big relief actually. I know that we've missed out a bit in Ethiopia to get on this ferry, but I think we've done the right thing.
We can always come back to Ethiopia, but we can't repeat this overland trip. That's the most important thing, to me anyway, is keeping this going. Ethiopia, you know, we can certainly go back. We only missed the Simeon Mountains, so, you know, it's sad, but, you know, we've got so much ahead of us, and we're seeing and doing so much. Sometimes we're going to miss out on the odd thing, that's just what happens. But we'll feel a great sense of achievement when we get to Singapore and we've not flown. Our friend Rick has actually flown, so he ended up flying from Axum to Uganda in order for him to do the Simeon Mountains, and that just wasn't an option for us to do. So, and this is the outside, so you can see the heat. Actually, you've got to protect your eyes a little bit, because it's really bright, super bright. Actually, it's cooler out here. I'm sure when you stand over, maybe if you can go this way, you can actually see. Wow, it's pretty desolate, isn't it? I think we should go back into the coolness of our room. Although I'm a little bit hungry actually, but the restaurant downstairs looks really quite. I mean, I'm a bit, I guess, worried about my stomach. But the food last night was a very simple restaurant, but it was very nice. Yeah, I don't know. Did you want to come back in?
Yeah, we've only got a little bit of Sudanese pounds left, so and we've only got $200 left. I kind of don't want to change US dollars. Sudan and Ethiopia has almost made us want to hang on to these things like they're rare, because you can't buy them back again unless you pay some astronomical price for them. So
Do you know what the rate is for the Egyptian pound and US dollar?
it's supposed. Okay, this is weird. The Sudanese pound officially is 4.4 to the dollar. However, they will give you about 6.8 pounds for the dollar. God knows what you'd have to pay for them to buy them back again. I reckon it'd probably be like over 7. Then it's weird. The Egyptian pound officially is supposed to be about 6.8 pounds to the dollar, and you're supposed to get 1 Sudanese pound per Egyptian dollar, which to me doesn't make sense if both official exchange rates are different. Anyway, it gets very confusing, which is why I'm kind of not wanting to change money with these people, because they've got it worked out and we don't. But we still need some money to pay our tickets with and our hotel bill to pay with. So it's, what time is it? 11:30. I'm going to have to go out into this heat and try and see if I can change some money before our guy gets back, because it's...
Can you change it to 20 or something?
No, we need those for the visas on the boat. There's not enough money. We need to change about $60. Need to change 60 to pay for the hotel and the ferry tickets, and God knows what he's going to charge us. I have no idea.
I'm actually scared. I'm scared about what he's going to charge us.
It'll be all right. It won't be anything too big. Otherwise, we can just. It has to be reasonable. Otherwise, you've got the right to kick off. So I don't think it's going to be too.
Well, he's classing this room as $20.
This room is not $20.
I don't know if I call that reasonable.
But it was ready for us when we got here.
Yeah.
And having seen what the other people who got off the bus had to go through to get a room. No. Anyway.
And he drove us here.
And he drove us here. So yeah, I'll go change some money.
So we made it onto the ferry. It wasn't without difficulty, of course. There was a little bit of a problem with the amount that he wanted to charge us, our fixer Magdi, for help. We basically had run out of money, and so we could just give him all we had. We had to save a bit of money for our visa, and he seemed okay, which made me actually think he's probably made quite a bit of money, you know, profit, so he's happy. So this is where we're sleeping tonight. It has air conditioning, which is fantastic. And we met some tourists. They're sleeping up on deck, and I have to say, good on them, because personally the bugs, I saw a lot of bugs up there, little midgies. So this is it. It's quite comfortable, as you can see. Everyone has you know, left their mark. They've even, knowing I was coming to sleep here, have put an E for Emma, which is very nice. And I'm just going to check out the bathrooms, because I haven't done that yet, because I need the loo, so I might have a quick look.
I don't think I can go in there, but I can go into the men's.
Men's is similar to the women's.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not such a good idea to go into a bathroom with a video camera, especially in Islamic country. So yeah, okay. So we'll just stick to filming up on the deck, I think.
Isn't it lovely?
It's really nice.
Look at all the colours still up there. They actually have the colours. I wish I could read hieroglyphics.
So what do you think the second time about coming back here?
That's wonderful. I think we're very lucky to get to do this even once, let alone twice. I think Egypt is just so interesting. It's really fascinating. I mean, the tombs and the temples are, even if you don't really like that sort of thing, I would say that most people would come here and really enjoy it. Well, that's our morning, Friday morning at the Karnak temple. It's very enjoyable. And I hope we come back again for the third time and the fourth and the fifth, because it's really nice here.
McDonald's thick shake.
Oh, I'm actually quite hungry. Had a nice dinner last night. It was really nice at the Hilton. Lovely.
So we are in Zamalek area of Cairo this morning. We've come back up from Luxor and Aswan. Yesterday we picked up our visa for Iran, which means we have now got the Iranian visa and the Chinese visa. This morning we found out that we can get a visa for Turkey on arrival, as we did a few years ago, so that's good. What else?
Well, last night the demonstrations were on again, and that was quite amazing to be part of. Although we didn't sort of try to be part of it, it was quite accidental. But the city was quite electric, really, wasn't it? The vibe. And so tonight, not that we're going to join the demonstration, but I think we should go out and sit in one of the shisha bars. And it was, it was almost like a New Year's Eve. It was really quite amazing. People out talking, watching the TV, and yeah, I just think that would be a really good thing to do. And also we're still trying to work out whether we go to Port Said, because of course the boat is delayed. It's in Turkey, isn't it?
Yeah, so we'll give Mr. Mahmood, who works for the shipping line, another call when we get back to our hotel, just to see what's going on there. But yeah, we've got a tour agency working on the Turkmenistan visa. We've got another agency working on the Uzbekistan visa, which we believe we can collect in Tehran. And apparently the Kyrgyzstan visa is not that difficult to get, although, we don't know about that. So really, our path is clear to get us to Pakistan. We've heard word from Nazir that he believes everything is okay, despite obviously the horrific slaughter of those 10 climbers at Nanga Parbat. So there's a lot of things going on at the moment, and whilst that's all happening, we're just enjoying Cairo, or trying to enjoy Cairo.
Which is such a lovely city.
It is a beautiful city.
I love Egypt, actually.
It's nice.
It's such a nice place.
So we'll head back. We've got
It's very difficult actually in Zamalek because you're surrounded by water on three sides, so you can lose your bearings quite easily as to which way you need to head back. So we think
taxis are pretty cheap. As long as you get them to put the meter on, you shouldn't really spend any more than £10 in this city. Honestly, it's pretty cheap.
15 maximum, but they all want 20.
Yeah, well.
Actually, most of the rides have cost between £6, £7 and £8.
If you get into a white cab, I think they're pretty honest. So.
We head back?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to head back to our hostel and do some more, well, I guess homework really,
homework,
isn't it? Yeah, for our onward travels. His hair's getting a bit wild.
My hair's getting wild too.
Got the usual distractions, kids crying. It's a public park, I guess. This is beautiful though. Great place to come and see the sunset over Cairo, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very nice. Hair's a bit wild. It's nice to have wind though. Nice to have breeze.
What do you want to do now?
I'd like to go and get a drink, because that's all I want to do is to drink. As in, not alcohol, just cold drinks. That's all I like at the moment.
Ben loves me.
Sort of feel like one of those reporters on a current affairs show. So it's probably about 8:30 at night in Cairo. There's a lot of noise going on in the background. I think those bangs you can hear, and I'm pretty sure they are actually just fireworks. Not fireworks, but something similar. I don't think they're gunfire. I can see some flashing lights going on. But yeah, it's pretty amazing feeling here at the moment. Don't feel like there's any real danger. It just sort of feels like a city on New Year's Eve, really. Probably best to not go walking the streets late at night. Police are pretty much well occupied by the big crowds, and so you know, I think in situations like this you always get a few crazies taking advantage of, I guess, the law being stretched thin on the ground. But yeah, I can actually see some fireworks now just behind me down at that square. So we're going to go to Port Said tomorrow. The guy we've been speaking on the phone is really difficult to deal with. Very hard to get a straight answer from him for the last few days, so we've decided to go to Port Said where we can actually try and deal with him in person. And right now we're just looking for a location of a bus company that can take us there. So there's a lot happening down there. So the situation is this. Emma and I have been stuck on this boat for the last 2 days. We boarded on Saturday night. It's now Monday lunchtime. The reason for us still being here in Port Said is because there are currently 108 trucks and truck drivers on the ship who are refusing to leave. This is because of the military coup that just took place in Egypt a few days ago. So at the moment we're having a bit of a standoff between the shipping company and the truck drivers. Of course, because these truck drivers won't leave the boat, there's 116 other truck drivers and their trucks who are waiting to get on this boat. And so really, we've just become embroiled in this diplomatic and union row between the shipping company and the truck transport companies. Just in there to my left is a meeting going on today with the truck drivers as to what's going to happen. But for now, we're actually stuck here in the dock at Port Said. We can't go back to Egypt because we don't have a visa. And we can't go forward to Turkey because the ship's not leaving. So at the moment we're just stuck here in port, which is not great. Life on board the ship isn't too bad, but of course we need to get to Pakistan in 4 weeks' time, and every day that we are stuck here in port is a day that we're losing for our travel time to get to Pakistan. And obviously we wanted to enjoy our time in Central Asia. That's looking like it will now be a little bit rushed. And if we lose another 3 or 4 days here, it will be very rushed. So really this is a bit of a disaster. So what's happening now is that they've actually brought in one of the boss of the transport companies who's telling the truck drivers that Egypt is safe, there's no problems, they should go. And the truck drivers don't like this. They're now fighting back and saying they don't want to go. It's pretty frustrating because Egypt is safe, there is no problems, but these guys are fearful because of what they're seeing in the news.
I would be very careful. It's kicking off.
They're petrified.
This is also news. This is what happens when things get messed with.
Yeah.
And all they're seeing at the moment is huge demonstrations and people being killed, and it's just not reality. They think it's like Syria. That's what they
Greg, I'm going to start doing this.
You haven't told them you're an American yet.
That's coming.
So this is wonderful news. We're now standing in an empty ship. All these truck drivers have left. I don't know what happened. We just went to our room and watched a movie or two, and then we've just come back and they're all gone.
Yay!
Look, all gone. No trucks. This is fantastic. They've just started putting some more trucks on. So obviously all the trucks have left. Now all the other truck drivers have got to come on. So I don't know, if they load these trucks as quickly as they got them off, we could be leaving in 4 or 5 hours.
Yay!
Doesn't that sound weird, 4 or 5 hours? Like,
we need to go.
As though that's nothing.
We need to go.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So it looks like we are finally leaving. The boat is empty. And something quite remarkable has happened. I'm not quite sure what was said or done, but they've certainly changed these guys' minds. So I think we will leave tonight for Turkey, which is great news for us. It's sort of distracted what's at hand really, which is actually we're leaving the African continent, and I think we've forgotten about that because we've been so caught up in this siege. But this is really our last moments in Africa before we go to Europe, so it's kind of sad really, but like everything in Africa, it ended in chaos and confusion and not knowing what was going to happen. Soon we'll be hitting Turkey and then on to Central Asia, Pakistan, and a new chapter for us. So very sad to see the back of Africa and say goodbye, but excited about where we're going.